Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel once again. My name's Ike. Appreciate you all being here. And today I'm going to be checking out one from the band Radiohead. This tune is called Optimistic, and it's off of their Kid A album. It says Kid A is the fourth studio album by the English rock band Radiohead, released on the 2nd of October 2000. I have heard of Tom York, but I'm unfamiliar with the rest of the Radiohead lineup, so I'm going to go ahead and mention some of the members here. We have Tom York on lead vocals. We have Johnny Greenwood on guitar, Colin Greenwood bass guitar. They must be brothers, I'm guessing, or just that's a crazy coincidence. We got Philip Selway, and then it says we have Ed O'Brien on guitar. O'Brien. Before we kick things off, if you guys are enjoying the content and the reactions and you wouldn't mind leaving me a like and or possibly subscribing, that'd be awesome. And without further ado, let's jump right into this one. This is Radiohead with Optimistic. That's awesome. Cool falsetto. Guitars and the drums sound great. Vultures. That's a sweet run. Alright, so right out of the gate with this one, man, I love the intro on this song. I love the melody, the chords that they're using, the progressions. And I really like the guitar tone, man. Sounds like they have some layered guitars, and I love the drums in the background, keeping a steady beat. It sounds more like the drummer's trying to capture like a percussion type sound, you know? He's just kind of like running through a tom pattern, almost as if somebody playing congas, you know? And then on top of all of that, this really cool melodic part where he's hitting these really silky oohs with some fantastic falsetto, you know? I like how he comes in with that vocal. He's got a really interesting voice, and he's got some sneaky vibrato in there. And then, man, with that part where he kicks it off with the, you can try the best you can, you can try the best you can. That part is awesome, man. You know, and I really like, there's like it's either a bass or a guitar. It sounds like it could be either or, but whatever it is, man, it goes through this really cool run. It almost sounds like they're running through a scale, you know, but man, does that sound cool. It's reminiscent to me of the Nirvana version of The Man Who Sold the World. The bassist has a really cool kind of scale-like run that he hits in a certain part. It sounds so cool, so buttery. That's a sweet run. It's a cool guitar chug in the back. I love the keyboard in the back. guitar parts here just sound so incredibly full, man. They're definitely working with multiple layers here as far as the guitars go. They have like a main strumming pattern that they're laying down, but then they have like these chugs and stuff that they're hitting every once in a while in the background. And I can hear there's like a really cool keyboard or synth sound in the background. It almost sounds flute-like, but it really sounds cool, man. Just adds another dimension, adds a little bit more texture to the whole thing. I love the keyboard in the back. I like the snare on this part. I like his voice. And then I like that part that kicks off around the 2:30 mark where they start going into their whoa, whoa, you know, and they start layering up the vocals and start bringing in these really cool and interesting harmonies. That part sounds fantastic, and I like the drums in that part too, man. He starts doubling up on that snare. That's a sweet pattern, and it sounds dope amongst those full guitars. And then like right around the 3:12 mark, there's a really cool vocal element. It almost sounds like it could be a synth too, you know, but there's something about it that sounds like a human voice. When he goes into that line, floating around on a prison ship, there's like a really cool vocal, I think it's a vocal element that kind of sneaks in behind it. And then I like how they process the word ship, like on the tail end of ship, when he says floating around. And I like how he says floating too. It's like floating around. Floating around on a prison ship. And then that ship, there's like a really cool processor that they add to it, man, where it gives it almost like a feedback sound, you know? But just a real interesting vocal part right there. I like his voice. Goes right back into that beginning riff. Sweet. Beautiful. And then of course, I absolutely love how they just sort of bring it all back to that opening riff slash melody. You almost forget about that melody, and then it kicks back in and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about this part. When they opened with that initial melody, I couldn't really make out the bass. Like maybe it was just kind of, there in the background, just giving it some low end support. There weren't any distinct runs or anything that I could make out. But the second time when they bring it around, at the end, as they sort of conclude the song, you can definitely make out the bass in this part, and he's ripping it. It sounds like some really funky playing. He's got some cool runs and a couple slides that I think he's throwing in there. And then I like how they close things out on that little funky drum pattern, but it's just a really cool, funky and random outro. Goes right back into that beginning riff. Sweet. Beautiful. Hey. Little funky drum groove. Wow, that song was awesome. All right, so that was Radiohead with Optimistic. Optimistic. What a great vibe. Of course, until I double back over the lyrics and find out that this song is about something horrific, That happened to me on a couple Tool videos. People are like, man, you're vibing out to some horrific shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm not picking up on the lyrics. I usually don't pick up on all the lyrics first run, It says Radiohead's Optimistic is a cynical yet resilient anthem reflecting on the brutality of modern life, consumerism, and the struggle to maintain hope. It says, as one of the more traditional rock songs on the experimental Kid A album, its driven, rhythmic, and pulsating nature provides a sharp contrast to the bleak lyrical content. And of course, that's how one ends up vibing out to dark lyrics, If you're gonna make a dark tune, try not to make it sound so happy. I thought it was insanely groovy. The melody was excellent. The guitar work was top tier. Really cool chords and progression. The bass work was nice, subtle but nice. The bass was a lot more prominent towards the end. The drums were great, and the vocals were fantastic, man. Tom York has a really unique voice. Like, he's got a great falsetto, man. He was hitting a lot of these oohs and ah ad-libs really, really nicely. All in all, I really enjoyed this track. Despite the darker theme, the song was extremely pleasant to listen to. Radiohead is definitely a band I'm going to explore a lot more of. So yeah, as always, I appreciate all the suggestions, all the insights, and I want to thank you all for checking this reaction out with me. Until the next one, peace.